don't know what it's called. There's my email here, first down.
Stand for the pledge.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
The prayer today is, thank you, Lord, for all that I have. I trust in you for all that I need, and thank you for allowing me another day to live. Amen.
Morning. So today's financials include an appropriations transfer in the Commissioner's Capital Reserve Fund Phase 2 to move money to prepare for new encumbrances and existing encumbrance increases. There's a cash transfer from the General Fund to Public Assistance for our July through September 2024 mandated share. Among the encumbrances are travels from the auditor and the engineer to attend the State Personnel Board of Review 2024 conference, from JFS to attend the National Adult Protective Services Association Power of Connection Conference and the Daniel Kids Growing Pains 2024 conference, also from the Veteran Service Commissions to attend the Ohio State Association of Veteran Services Commissions and the Ohio Department of Veterans Services Summer Conference and Training. And there's a contract purchase order from Maintenance to Junction Auto Sales for the purchase of a new 2023 GMC Savannah 3500 commercial cutaway box truck. Among the vouchers are $104,105 from the Commissioner's Office to Ravenwood Mental Health Center for the third quarter youth center operations. $63,035.29 from the Commissioners to the Ohio State, wait a minute, I'm sorry, that was, okay, this is correct, sorry. $63,035.29 from the Commissioners to Ohio State University for the county's second quarter 2024 program support payment. $134,754.40 from the Commissioner's Office to Kenny Hoare Construction Company Incorporated for the Geauga County Airport's Hangar 1 Improvements Project. And $140,686.84 from Maintenance to Integrated Precision Systems Incorporated for the upgrade and maintenance of the Safety Center security camera system. Sorry about that.
Calm down.
Things look so similar there, I thought maybe I had inadvertently repeated a line or something, so,
No, I'm good.
sorry.
All right, so make a motion to approve financials.
Second?
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
All right, thank you.
The next item here is the Commissioner's Office is requesting the Board approve and execute Resolution 24-135, adopting the 2025 annual tax budget in accordance with Ohio Revised Code, Section 5705.28 and 5705.29. And just so you know, a couple things. It came to my attention that I may have misspoke the first line of the presentation last Tuesday. Instead of saying 179 million, I may have said 175 million. So I just wanted to clarify that the total county budget for everything that we approved the budget for was 179 million. Also, the sheriff came to me afterwards after hearing my presentation and thought that the amount that they had requested for the fuel expenses may have been overstated, and sure enough, it was overstated by about $172,000. So we did reduce that down to $250,000. So that did change the overall budget for the general fund by about $172,000. And so the total expenses for the general fund right now that we budgeted for 2025 is $46,988,230.
Sounds good. Good job, Adrian.
Thank you.
It's a lot of work. Appreciate it.
So we'll just need a motion then on number 2.
Okay, I'll make a motion for agenda item number 2.
Second?
Commissioner Lennon?
Yes.
Commissioner DeWort?
Yes.
Commissioner Spillier?
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Good morning. Good morning.
That's your vote. Just vote yes to vote. That's all.
Item number 3, the engineer's office requesting the board approve and execute change order number 1 and final, decreasing the contract with Roniak Paving Incorporated for the asphalt resurfacing of Clarendon Troy Road, Burton and Clarendon Townships in the amount of $31,459.40.
All right. So moved.
Second?
Commissioner Lennon?
Yes.
Commissioner DeWort?
Yes.
Commissioner Spillier?
Item number 4 is related to the 4th OPWC project. The engineer's office requesting the board approve and execute resolution 24-136, authorizing James W. Dvorak, board member of the Geauga County Board of Commissioners and Chief Executive Officer of the Ohio Public Works Commission, project CG23AB, to electronically execute and submit the project agreement for the improvement project of Riverview Drive Bridge in Bainbridge Township.
So moved.
Second?
Commissioner Lennon?
Aye.
Commissioner DeWort?
Yes.
Commissioner Spillier?
Yes.
5, 6, and 7 are kind of all the same actions. I'll go through them individually though. Item number 5, county engineer's office requesting the board award the bid to Roniak Paving Incorporated for the asphalt resurfacing of Auburn Road, County Highway 4, sections K through M, from Munson to Newberry Township, in the amount of $678,574, as they represent the lowest and best bid. And the bid bond submitted shall serve as the performance bond for this project.
Okay, so moved.
Second?
Commissioner Lennon?
Yes.
Commissioner DeWort?
Yes.
Commissioner Spillier?
Similarly, at item number 6, engineer's office requesting the board award the bid to Roniak Paving Incorporated for the asphalt resurfacing of Sheridan Windsor Road, County Highway 13, sections A through D, in Hamden and Clarendon Townships, in the amount of $925,545, as they represent the lowest best bid, and the bid bond shall serve as a performance bond.
Okay, I'll make that motion.
Second?
Commissioner Lennon?
Yes.
Commissioner DeWort?
Yes.
Commissioner Spillier?
Thank you. Finally, item number 7, the engineer's office requesting the board award bid to Great Line Incorporated for the replacement of the Sperry Road Bridge, structure 12-0.359 in Chester Township in the amount of $304,713.50, as they represented the lowest and best bid, and the bid bond shall serve as their performance bond.
Okay, so moved.
Second?
Commissioner Lennon?
Aye.
Commissioner DeWort?
Yes.
Commissioner Spillier?
All right?
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
Morning, Carol.
Good morning. You're okay. Item number 8, treasurer's office is requesting the board acknowledge receipt of the estimate from the county treasurer of the aggregate amount of public monies in the amount of $100 million that might be available for public deposit as action monies at any one time during the next 3-year period of October 12, 2024 through October 11, 2028, in accordance with ORC 135.33A.
Good, so moved.
Second?
Commissioner Lennon?
Yes.
Commissioner DeWort?
Yes.
Commissioner Spillier?
And item number 9, the treasurer's office is requesting the board grant permission to advertise to notify all eligible institutions that might desire to be designated as public depositories of the September 10, 2024 date on which the public depository designations will be made by the board. The estimated amount of active public money is available for deposit, and the last date and time of August 30th, 2024 at 4 p.m., on which eligible institutions may submit applications to the board. Additionally, applications must be received by the board no earlier than Monday, August 12th, 2024, and no later than the deadline of Friday, August 30th, 2024. Notifications of the public depository solicitation may also be sent to eligible institutions in Geauga County and will include all application agreement for public depositories and other applicable documents. Public notice of selection of public depositories for active monies for the next succeeding 4-year period for Geauga County will be published on July 11th, 2024, and on the county website.
Great.
And here we go again, it's time.
I'll make a motion.
Second?
Commissioner Lennon?
Yes.
Commissioner DeBoer?
Yes.
Commissioner Spillier?
Thank you very much.
All right, thank you, thanks.
Morning.
Morning, Reba, how are you?
Good, it's nice to see you.
Yeah, see you.
This is item number 10, the Department on Aging is requesting that the board grant permission to advertise for bids for our home care services, which is our Assistance with Daily Living program. This program really serves our most frail Geauga seniors here in the county. It provides home care services. If there's one thing that we hear often from our seniors, is that they want to remain at home on an aging place. So this is a program that supports them with that by providing bathing assistance. We get home care, contract with home care agencies to go into the home to help them with their personal care. The program actually does a 2-hour visit with the home care agency up to twice a week to allow for those services.
Great. Okay, make a motion to approve.
Second?
Commissioner Lennon?
Yes.
DeBoer?
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Morning.
Morning.
How's everybody?
Great.
Good. All right, what am I, 12?
11.
11. So Community and Economic Development and Housing Officer, which is me, is requesting the Board of County Commissioners to immediately terminate the exemption from taxation granted under the Community Reinvestment Area Agreement to Parkman Properties Number 30 LLC due to the material failure of Parkman Properties to fulfill its obligation under the agreement to create 12 new full-time permanent job opportunities and use its best efforts to retain the 30 existing full-time equivalent jobs and generate additional annual payroll and maintain current annual payroll at the Parkman facility as required. So, backstory on this, obviously this goes back in time. This particular CRA agreement was created in 2015. And it was created for WaterStar. I don't know if that sounds familiar to you at all. That was to be the tenant occupying the new building, which was 30,000 square feet. That building was created and in play. One thing led to the other, and I apologize, I'm getting such big stories, I can't get a real full answer, but I believe WaterStar was a tenant for a very short period of time in the new facility, and then they left, and there was a lawsuit involved, and a lot of things, a lot of history. So again, it's pretty straightforward. They are not in compliance of the current CRA agreement that was established in 2015. Therefore, they have been receiving, they were to receive a 10-year abatement. So they've been receiving an abatement in the tune of $199,000 to date. And as a housing officer, it is my responsibility to report and create the dynamic that we put a stop and ask for it to be revoked.
So how long, do you have any idea how long they've been out of compliance?
I would wager that it's pretty soon after, based on the lawsuit. There wasn't a ton of information that I was able to gather on the lawsuit that had happened between, the property owner and WaterStar. But I would imagine, and maybe Jerry can light me, at least a year out. I'm not sure they even made a year.
It's been at least 7 years since they've not been in compliance.
So they've been receiving that tax benefit for the past 7 years?
Yes, it would have started in 2017,
Uh-huh.
their first year of abatement.
Okay, and who's been benefiting from it, the property owner or?
Yes,
WaterStar?
that's Parkman Properties LLC.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so is there, is there any way to recoup that for the county?
Based on your decision today, I would like to look further into whatever type of restitution there could be. I don't know the answer to that. I know that the trustees would appreciate that opportunity. So again, next steps would be to see what kind of recourse we would have. I just don't know yet.
So have you discussed this with the prosecutor's office then?
Yes,
Okay.
yes, they absolutely have been involved from the get-go, created the language for today. as well as the letter that would follow up based on your decision to revoke or not, that would go to the property owner after today's decision.
Okay. Yeah, I would probably be in favor of investigating, whoever benefited, recouping those dollars.
Sure.
That tax benefit,
Sure.
if they didn't live up to it, even if it was in court and being challenged
Right.
at some point. I mean, they never, it sounds like, I don't know, I'm just speaking on what you told me now, but it sounds like they haven't lived up to any of the things that they were asked to, so.
Yeah. Especially at the state level of requirements, sure.
Yeah.
So these zones are created at the state level and we follow them at the local level. And again, changes in the department, my department as well over the years. COVID, there's a lot of things that kind of fell through the crack. I'm obviously not here to throw anyone under the bus, but it is circumstantial. And just digging out, my job is to clean it up and get it back on track, so.
Okay. All right, well, do you follow up with us then on?
I sure will,
status?
absolutely, yep.
Sounds good.
I would imagine, I would obviously need some legal guidance on that, so to find out, again, what kind of recourse we may have or not have.
Okay, very good. So moved?
I second the motion, but I'd also like to go after the tax dollars that were lost for all those, for 6 or 7 years.
Absolutely.
And similar to Chester Township, how they felt it, even if we have to have a letter.
Sure.
That we are pursuing this.
Yep,
That's
will
my
do.
second. Thanks.
You bet.
Yes.
Yes.
And I'd like to recognize, I do have Mr. Boucher here from Parkman Township as a trustee. He did come today in solidarity to support, so thank you.
Thank you.
Have a great seat.
Morning.
Or that.
Just got one for you today. The Maintenance Department is requesting the board approve and execute the service contract agreement with Burns Industrial Equipment Incorporated to perform annual inspections and maintenance on the Maintenance Department's vertical mass lift effective July 9th through December 31st, 2026, in an amount not to exceed $8,000.
Very good. So moved?
Second with a question.
Sure.
How long have we had the JLG?
I don't know.
3 or 4 years? Okay.
That sounds right.
This is the first maintenance agreement we've had
Yep.
for it?
We've had one since 2022, I believe. It's just about to expire, so I'm renewing it.
Second the motion.
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
All right, appreciate it.
No problem.
Good morning.
I'm here today, we are looking to abolish our petty cash drawer. It has $100 in cash and change in it. We haven't used it since 2020 when COVID hit and we stopped making change. And then that $100 will go back. We did find it was pulled from our sewer fund, so it would just be deposited back into the sewer fund.
Okay, so moved.
Second?
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thanks.
One,
Good morning.
Good morning.
So in October of 2023, House Bill 33 allowed mental health boards to change their size. Currently, a mental health board can be 18 or 14, and as there have been discussion around the state and the different communities, that oftentimes it's challenging for communities to have the either 18 or 14. And so House Bill 33 has allowed that the county commissioners, that they're authorized to determine the size of the mental health board in their community. And the decision can be, it could stay the same, it could go to 18, it could, we're currently a 14-member board. It could go to 15, 18, 9, or 12. The guidance states that someone would come from the commissioner's office to a mental health board meeting to get feedback. County Administrator Mr. Morgan came to our June meeting and discussed the board size with all of the board members. And we're here today to, most of the board was in favor of moving to a 12 board member. And
So why not 9?
Yeah, I was just gonna ask the same thing.
Just based on how difficult it's been over the years to try to get people to apply for it. Like why 12?
I guess I specifically don't know that answer. I think that I do have 2 board members here with me. They were just kind of set that they thought 12 would be a good number to reduce. Going down to 9, they thought that might be too small. However, there is the option of whatever the Board of Commissioners decides. It's definitely up to you. And then there is opportunity after 4 years that if it is too small or too big, that you would be able to make that decision again to change it to.
I think 12 is a good number, just so it wouldn't be so abrupt at this given time.
So it won't be abrupt either way, because how it works is when people start turning off, that's when it will reduce the size of the board. So if we do go to 12, then as of today, we would have 2 openings. We would have Mr. O'Brien's appointments from the county, and from the state, we would have 1 opening. If we go to 9, then we wouldn't have any openings. And as people turn off, then we would have, go down to, well, we would be at 9 if we, right now we would be at 9 if you decide to go to 9.
When I said abrupt, from 14 to 9, that'd be abrupt. But from 14 to 12, I think it's an easy thing to transition into.
Yeah,
My concern is 12 is an even number. That's another problem that sometimes, comes into play. And I think that there have been some scenarios that in the past where that even number, has come into play where you can't get a majority on one side or the other, and all of a sudden there's a, something gets kind of locked up in the middle. So, my position would be is just to go to 9. I think that, 9 would, if you get 9 good board members, I think that you could do just as good of a job with 9 than you can with 12.
Yeah, and I kind of agree with Ralph there a little bit that, although this board has done a really good job of getting together over the years in their attendance, I think, but some other boards, it's difficult to get, a quorum together, especially if it's 14 or 12. But I would agree that I think the whole purpose of going, although 2 would make some type of impact, I think the idea was to get this down to a little less yieldy size, and I agree, I would push for less, whatever, 9, and being an odd number too, I like that, so.
So with the ratio of commissioners' choices, 12 would be the commissioners have 7 appointees, and the state would have 5?
For 12, it would be, I'm sorry, it would be, it would be 8 and 4. It would be 8 and 4.
8 and 4.
Yes, and then if we decrease to 9, the commissioners would have 6 appointments and the state would have 3.
6 and 3, okay. Just wanted to know the ratio.
Now, if we do decrease to 9, it will be up to the board to also help when there are openings to meet the mandates of what the board has to be assigned.
Particular.
So, so there's like 4 things that we would have to look into. If it goes to a higher number, then that's not a requirement for the Board of County Commissioners, but it is in House Bill 33. If it decreases to 9, that since the Board of County Commissioners have so many appointments, that they would help ensure that
Mhm.
the folks on there meet the criteria.
Fair enough.
I just wanted to mention, I think one of the things that we looked at as a board when we met, going down to 9, that might be difficult, would be all the committees that we serve on. Because we have 4 different committees that are, I think, all very important, you know, and I think we would really have to kind of look at how those are going to be restructured, because with 9 members, a lot of times we can't get all our folks together for all these committee meetings and all the board meetings. I'm afraid if we go down to 9, all of a sudden we got 2 or 3 people that can't make a particular meeting, you know, then we don't have very many members there, you know, to be voting on some of these things that we do. So I'm just kind of leaning towards, and I think our board was really leaning towards the 12.
Because right now, we have how many members total on that board?
Currently, we have 10, so we have 2 openings as of today.
And when is the next one going to be expiring? Or if we move for 9, does somebody get removed?
No one will be removed. I think the next the person expiring would be
The vacancy.
2025.
Mr. O'Brien.
Yeah.
And
And then after that, it would be 2026. So no one would be removed from the board until their term is up, and if you decide to go with the 9.
So to Reva's concern, if we do go with 9 and we see that it's not working, can we amend it and go to 12 then,
After 4 years.
after 4 years?
Mhm.
But it might take a while, because if people stay on the board until they expire their term.
Well, there would only be one.
Well,
After 2025, then we have,
there's 5 and
in 2026 would be the next time someone would term off.
4 of those appointments are county, 1 of them state in 26.
Right.
I still feel like that board needs to get trimmed down to 9, so that's my feeling. But you guys, you know.
Yeah, I'll second that, and let's see what happens.
Okay, so it would be to go from 14 to 9 then?
Yeah.
Is that recommendation? Okay. And this will have to be revised. So you could make a motion to pass a resolution today, and then we can revise it, and then just have you guys sign it with the changes,
That's fine.
because it was written for 14 years well.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, you want to read that then?
So the Commissioner's Office is requesting the Board approve and execute Resolution 24-137 to implement a change in the board size of the Alcohol, Drug Addiction, and Mental Health Services Adams Board to reduce the size of the board from 14 to 9 members.
I'll make the motion.
Second?
Commissioner Bowman?
Yes.
Commissioner DeWong?
In the spirit of compromise, I vote yes.
Commissioner Spillier? Copy this and then have you guys sign it.
Thank you.
Thanks, appreciate
Thank
it.
you. All right.
Do you want me to talk about this?
Sure.
This has to do with the appeal that was made by the Board of Commissioners about a portion of the decision made by the auditor to take away the tax exempt status of the MRDD property. And that appeal is going to be heard on the 17th. I have been working with outside counsel since the prosecutor stopped representing us on this. And she indicated that she felt it would be important for the board to appoint me as your witness. Jerry will be on vacation at that time, to be the person to speak on your behalf and answer her questions when we go before the Board of Revisions.
Okay,
So that's the purpose of this motion.
okay. All right, I'll make that motion.
Second?
Commissioner Bowman?
Yes.
Commissioner DeWong?
Yes.
Commissioner Spillier?
Aye.
Good morning.
Bruce. Good morning.
Hi, how are you?
Good morning. Good. This is Mara McLean. She is representing Sedgwick TPA here to talk today about the CCAO Group Retrospective Rating Program that we've been a part of since 2010. Great. Thank you, Kathy. Good morning. Mara McLean, Sedgwick TPA. My goal today is to show you folks an overview of Geauga County's workers' comp program, where you've been, where you are, where you're going. Kathy will be so kind to hand out a one sheet I'd like to review. And on this sheet, you'll notice at the top, there's a nice little chart. And this chart is your EMR history, experience mod rate history. It's a very important number in workers' comp. If you look at the row that says current EM, that's where you want to look. And if you look at the current year, 2024, Geauga County's EMR is 0.85. That is phenomenal. That is wonderful. Your goal is to have an EMR below 1.00. When you're above 1.00, that is bad news. That means you're penalty rated. That means, in Mara language, you've come in over budget with your claims. Every single entity here in Ohio has a budget for workers' comp claims, and you want to come in under budget when the Bureau does their annual snapshot to determine your EMR. So in other words, a 0.85 is phenomenal. Last year, about the same, 0.85. Year before that, you'll see 1.05, 1.24 back in 21. So you're going in a great direction. And just to give you a tidbit, for next year, you're going to go even lower. And I'll get to that here in a minute. So that is EMR. And then you'll notice in the center section, Group Retro. Sedgwick TPA, we administer your Group Retro program. It is a rebate program through the Bureau of Workers' Compensation that is administered by the TPA. And basically, you pay premiums, insurance premiums to the Bureau, but then you get portions of those premiums rebated back dependent upon how the performance of the CCAO group does. And the goal of everybody is to keep their claims down so the Bureau does not use all that money that you've paid them. That's where the rebates come from. So on the left, you'll see the refunds that you've gotten in the past. The center column is your premium, your actual premium history that you've paid to the Ohio BWC. And then, of course, the right column is your payroll history. So all in all, the Group Retro program, since 2010, like Kathy had mentioned, boldface print at the bottom, we've gotten you about $1.4 million in Group Retro rebates since 2010, which is phenomenal. So for the 2025 policy year that is coming up on 1/1/25, the bottom line is we invite Geauga County again into our Group Retro program. Your EMR, drum roll, please, is going to be 0.67. That is what we project, 0.67. That is phenomenal. So at a 0.67, we're projecting about $212,000 being paid to the Bureau for insurance premium. I'm sorry?
Oh, no, the premium?
Yes, premium. So I'll take paying $212,000 any day over, say, for example, 2021, you paid over $422,000. So obviously, the lower the premiums, the better. So we're projecting, yes, the 0.67 EMR at about $212,000 in premium. The Group Retro target refund is about $48,000. The risk of the Group Retro program, don't let this scare you, is that if the group, if CCAO, if the participants perform poorly, if everyone has lots and lots of claims, and you all didn't pay the Bureau enough premium to cover those claims, you may have to pay an assessment to the Bureau. But don't let that scare you. Our Group Retro programs have been performing very well. The max assessment is only $31,000 for Geauga County. So the admin fee, there's an admin fee to Sedgwick TPA for 2025 is $9,300. And you also, I did note from our admin department that you do take advantage of our unemployment compensation services as well. So I believe that's what I have to share with you folks. Any questions?
Yeah, so I noticed that you just have up to 2023 payroll numbers on this sheet at least. Do you have the, are you basing it off this upcoming year on the 2024 or the 2025 numbers? Or how do you, what are these based off of?
So the current 2024 policy year, the group retro refunds will come back in 26, 27, and 28.
Okay.
And you'll do your 2024 true-up, it's your annual true-up, in February of 25.
Okay.
So then,
So it's always a year behind?
exactly,
Okay.
exactly, thank
Okay.
you. Yeah.
And also, to address the no refund years.
Yes. That,
So, yeah, that was the billions back.
$1 billion back. You might remember in April of 20, in October of 20, and December of 20, the Bureau was sitting on billions. And they gave back all Ohio employers a lot of money. And so technically, you didn't have any group retro refunds those 2 years. They gave you back all of 18 rate year premium and 19 rate year premium. That's why it says no refunds, because you basically got back all your money. So there was no money left to give you rebates back on.
So that's $1 million right there.
Yes.
So, you know, payroll from 2023 to 2024 and now coming up on 2025 have grown, you know, quite a bit compared to years past.
Okay.
How will that impact this number?
So the more payroll you have, the more premium you end up paying to the Bureau.
Yeah.
Yes.
So these numbers aren't, you know, this is a projection right now.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
Without seeing, and, you know, we just got done truing up our budget for 2025, and I'm sure we could get the 2024 numbers pretty quickly too, as far as payroll, but there's been substantial increase in that number. So I'd be interested to see what this is really gonna look like.
Absolutely. Yes, I can get you those numbers.
Mhm.
Yes.
Great.
Wonderful.
Well, that's good performance, that's for sure. And,
Yes.
And Geauga County, knock on wood, has had a pretty good stretch here, it looks like. You know,
Yeah.
so.
I remember when I came to the county in 2004, we were off the charts in penalty rating. And we were participating in every kind of program we could to reduce our rates. And when group retrospective came along in 2010, we jumped on that. We were really excited to be a part of that at the get-go. And CCAO, Sedgwick, everyone has worked phenomenally to make this a success. And so, you know, with Group Retro, they're looking back over 3 years and they're giving you refunds on those 3 years. So even if 1 year of those 3 is not what it should be, we've never written a check for any kind of assessment because the other years kind of make up for that. So it's really worked out well. How many do we have in the program now?
You know, that's a good question. Shame on me for not knowing. I will find out.
Okay,
I
I
will
mean,
find out.
it's
Yes.
like grown by leaps and bounds
Yes.
because everyone wants to get in on it. And if you did individual retrospective rating, you have to carry a bad claim for 10 years.
Yeah, you don't want to do that.
And that would not be a good
And
idea.
I think, you know, a lot of this goes to, you know, to your credit is, you know, being proactive and making sure everyone's aware before these things happen and trying to mitigate your risk. And,
Right.
you know, I think the county's done a pretty good job of getting out in front of this.
Yes.
So
And the
that helps.
relationship too with Sedgwick
Yeah.
is they're always going after the handicap reimbursements and
Settlements.
settlements. And we're really
Subrogation.
trying to do whatever we can to, you know, to keep our premiums low. And
Good.
a shout out to Kelly Bidlack, she does big
Agreed.
claims management on a daily basis. All of our directors, supervisors, and managers are out there talking about safety and controlling claims.
Yeah.
We do the chargeback program, so.
That's
I think,
important.
Yeah, it all kind of adds up to this.
It's
so,
good business, yeah. Thank you very much. No, it's been a success for sure.
Good. I'll get you a number of participants and revised numbers.
Yeah,
with the
I'm curious to
increased
see what
payroll.
the jump in payroll.
Yes,
would
what
look
things
like.
might look like.
Yeah.
Yes. Excellent.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
So the next thing on the agenda then is to ask you to approve and authorize the 2025 Geauga County Commissioners Association of Ohio Workers' Compensation Group Retrospective Rating Plan Agreement and the Bureau of Workers' Compensation Employer Statement for Group Retrospective Rating Program between the Geauga County Board of Commissioners and the CCAL Service Corporation.
Okay, excellent. I'll make that motion.
Second?
Yes.
Yes.
Great, fantastic. Appreciate your time.
Jerry, did you have anything else? Linda, do you have anything else?
I was just, a couple weeks have gone by now since, I know Ralph was out the 1 week and I might have been out the other. I think 3 weeks have just kind of blown by here pretty quickly and we still have no answer on the Dollar General Department of Aging. I guess we had made, Commissioner Dvorak and I had made a motion to the prosecutor's office to come in and explain to us what the hang-up is with signing this agreement to move forward to purchase this building that's been reviewed by outside counsel and they've given their stamp of approval to move forward with it. They see nothing wrong, that it's a document true to form and it's a legal document and that this board has agreed that we want to move forward in purchasing it, but we're waiting for the signature from the prosecutor's office to finalize that. I know a letter or a request was sent to the prosecutor's office to come in executive session. The executive session was, I guess, was not maybe the format for it. There was no, the prosecutor said he believed that it didn't fit into the executive session, purchasing property and talking to our legal counsel. That's fine. I mean, we could just maybe ask for an explanation in writing, a letter, email, if he wants to come in public session and explain to why we're not moving forward in signing this agreement. But to just go quiet and silent on this and sit on their hands, I don't, other than, backing out of this deal that we've been working on for at least a year with this seller, who I'm surprised they're still on the hook with us at this point.
I did talk to the prosecutor yesterday. He said he's on course for him and Laura to come next Tuesday.
Oh, good.
Laura's on vacation this week.
Okay.
That's why, couldn't make the connection.
Yeah, I mean, if it's not executive session, that's fine. I don't really,
Okay.
I don't mind if it's in or out of the executive session. He doesn't even have to come. Just send us a letter as to what's wrong. So we can if we gotta make a course direction, scrap this deal and move on to something else, or what is it? But,
We did ask him to come in, he's just not here today, he's going to be here next week.
Okay.
His response back to me and all of you was that they were not available today. They
Okay.
were available
Oh, that's
on
good.
16th.
Okay.
16.
Okay.
Good.
But it doesn't appear that, he doesn't appear to agree that it would be an executive session.
Okay,
So I guess
that's
the
fine.
discussion
I
would be
mean,
an open session.
yeah.
Gentlemen, has there been any further comment from Portage County regarding resolution of the Juvenile Detention Center?
I have attempted to schedule a meeting with the Portage County Board for a joint board meeting. I have reached out to her twice via email and I have not gotten any response from her. So I was going to have Jerry reach out to the county administrator from Portage County today to see if maybe talking to the administrator might be a better option than trying to go through their clerk.
Okay.
We have drafted documents and sent them to the prosecutor for them to look at. Jerry did the agreement for withdrawing, and I think there was another document as well. The agreement with Lake County, because that has to happen at the same time, and those are both in the hands of the prosecutor's office. But again, Laura's been on vacation, so
Okay.
no response on that.
And I'm still working on this to be worthy with regards to the reimbursement refund.
For the carryover.
Yeah.
Okay.
She's not even responding to my emails.
Right.
None whatsoever.
Okay. All right. Well, clear back soon on that.
Yeah, because this is going on week number, probably close to 8.
8 or 9.
From when we had that, for the reimbursement of just the overage.
I mean, that's almost a separate matter in itself, you know.
Yeah, we overpaid.
Yeah, that's why I've been taking two tracks on that. One is getting out, the other one is making sure we get that
Yeah,
money.
yeah, but they don't try and tie those together. Good. Okay.
Is there any other questions?
Okay, motion to adjourn?
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.